Hello, I'm B, and today I'm playing Violet.
Alex, you should unmute.
Hey everyone, I am Sarah and I am playing Cinda as
Ooh.
always. Or am I?
You were unmuted. My bad.
Hi everybody, my name is Juno and I am playing the Ashen One.
I'm Hubelio, and I just figured out how to unmute Alex. So let's see. I think I've got everybody unmuted now. Hey, I'm your DM. I'm the DM. I'm the guy that says you have to roll for things and whatnot. But before we get started, we've got a few announcements. Sarah, take it away.
Hi guys, it's me again, and I'm the announcement person 2 sessions in a row now. All right, so first of all, we will not be playing next Friday because of Christmas and holidays and family and magical times. But we will be coming back the following Friday, so stay tuned for that nonsense. Also, I'm still running behind on the podcast production. I'm going to blame the holidays for this one, but I'm hoping over the next couple of weeks we're going to get completely caught up. So keep an eye out for announcements on Facebook and Instagram and some other areas so you know when those are dropped. And third, we are still running our first giveaway, which is going to be this lovely initiative tracker hand modeling.
Ooh.
With this book, it keeps track of legendary actions. It keeps track of initiative. It keeps track of like damage blocks for enemies. It even has like lair actions. Like, this is a very comprehensive book if you want to keep a little bit of control over the chaos of your combat encounters. And again, it also makes a fabulous gift in case you are not a DM yourself. In order to win this, all you need to do is comment your favorite moments on any of our YouTube episodes to be automatically entered to win. You will need to be a US citizen to be eligible to win, and we'll be selecting 2 lucky individuals, and shipping, handling included. These will be mailed directly to you once those 2 people are selected. So if you like free stuff, post a comment. That is all.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. And now it is time to start episode 10 of Rise of the Leviathan. Flames lick timber, mortar, and stone as the inner parts of the councilwoman's office are consumed, an inferno raging in front of you. When we last met, some of you almost met your end at the bottom of a very dirty sewer. Had a little bit of a combat, some bandits showed up, somebody got pulled under, some of you went to save them. It was an ordeal. Moments pass as a second blast pierces through the roar of the fire. Smoke rises just to the north, and you hear Helyn's short reply to Cyrus again echo in your ears. Yeah, I do have bad taste in men. For some of you, confusion or mystery or anger might be the prevailing sentiment, but for at least 2 of you, there's a deeper response to this towering conflagration set before you. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
Can't just open up with that? What? Okay, well, I can't really complain. Wisdom is my highest stat, but that's insane.
Sarah, I think you might be muted.
My wisdom is not the highest stat, but I rolled good for once.
Yay! I got a 16.
I got a 13.
13.
I got a natural 20.
Not 20.
What?
For a 21.
I have a 14.
A 14. So, those of you who rolled lower than a 15. Some things happen here. Cyrus, you are momentarily distracted from Helyn and what you might feel toward her. Explain to us your reaction to this blaze in front of you because you stumble to one knee.
Yeah, so as that kind of secondary blast comes off, Cyrus had been turning around to focus on Helyn. Looked like he was actually in the middle of responding to her response. And you watch as his focus just shifts directly past her, and he's just completely target locked on this inferno, this kind of rolling smoke and flame, and his sword hand and lock-picking hand for the first time is shaking. It's down by his side, and it's just shaking almost almost fully seizure like, as he's just completely gone.
Okay. Ashen One, a memory fills your senses, threatening to fully engulf you. A blast of psychic energy radiates out from you. And that energy is thrust into the minds of those around you. We see almost like a group hallucination. It feels strong. It feels stronger than just a memory because it feels like a memory, but most of you don't remember this memory. You see the Ashen One sitting on a stone floor, tears and soot staining their face. Your legs are bent underneath you and resting gingerly on your knees. The source of the pain you are feeling. Scarlet and slate hues mark where striations crisscross from knuckle to nail, fingertip to palm, wrist to thumb and index. The Ashen One is cradling his hands, still seeping from inhalation and branding. An elderly robed man enters the room, his face a mask of worry and doubt. My dear, dear boy, what have we done to you?
My hands. Are they gone? Are the impurities gone? I don't understand this feeling. It feels like my hands are screaming and it's just loud. It's noise and I don't understand. Are they gone?
The Ashen One does not wince or withdraw when the old man bends near and begins applying a medicinal compress to his scorched hands. I do not mourn the death of my faith tonight, only the anguish we have forced you to endure. How foolish, how stupid I am.
Anguish. Is that what I'm feeling?
Yes, my boy, you must go. I cannot ask you to stay here longer. The only thing for you here, the only thing the Temple of Ryman has for you is pain. You were never something that needed to be purged. We were all wrong.
But you said that we were curing me. You said that this pain, you said that you were making me better.
Can't you see that we were wrong? There's nothing wrong with you. You must go your way and I must go mine, but both of us need to leave this place tonight.
I don't know where to go.
The only thing I can do is give you a little bit of coin and tell you to stay away from this temple and any like it for the rest of your life.
Okay. And he's just gonna, hold out his wrist to get them uncuffed from where he's at.
After the old man prepares the Ashen One, the Ashen One takes a step out the door and he feels a hand on his shoulder. And as he turns slightly, he hears the voice saying, "Never let anyone tell you you're broken."
Thank you. I would try. I would try to believe that. I feel like like my brain is fractured. My head, I don't know my identity. I don't know. I feel like what we were doing, it wasn't complete, but now what I was told was wrong, and I was told that I was not a creature of this land of Rymor, of purity, of belonging. And this feeling of pain, I wish to never understand it. I wish to never experience it or feel it, but I know it will haunt my dreams, my nightmares, my being. But I will go and I will follow what you have taught me to seek my own value.
If you do that, then maybe this old fool has done something right. Now go, before it's too late.
Perfect. And he's going to walk off and just kind of into the nearest clearing of woods, headed towards the coast.
The smell of smoke and flame bring you back to reality. With those emotions swirling, Ashwin, let me start tonight's session by asking, what is it you feel? What is it you do here before the fire and the flame?
Sorry, sorry. You said the fire and the flame. My brain immediately went to the stupid song. Anyways, so yeah, you're asking once the whole thing explodes and everything, and once the heat is just. Yep. Okay. I was looking for that nod. All right. Perfect. The Ashen One is going to freeze up entirely, and when he sees that level of fire, obviously that memory goes back in his head, and he's kind of sitting there twisting his ring on his finger, as if he's, thinking about taking it off to allow himself to be purified by the flame, and his eyes are just kind of glossed over, vacant, in a disassociating stare off into the distance as he looks at it, as he's just kind of getting baked in it. And he doesn't see this place exploding. What he sees is just like flames around him, ash kind of falling down in front of him. He sees himself on the ground. He sees the memory you saw, kneeling down, and just every single breath that he lets out, every pained breath is just soot being lifted up into the air. And that's the only thing that he's registering right now.
So Violet and Cinder, you see the Ashen One and Cyrus both seemingly visibly shaken.
I don't even know how to.
How far away are we from all of this fire, the explosion, and everything?
You're probably across the street, so I would say like 40, maybe 50 feet.
I think Cinder is still reeling from this weird shared memory that they just experienced, but she's going to try and kind of pull her party members further away from it just in case something else happens. I think she is going to start with Ash, just kind of trying to help him get up and to walk further away if he's willing.
I'm going to swing on. Yeah, I just
Okay.
think I think that's just a natural thing. And I'm in this state right now.
Now that-
Yeah.
I understand. Do what you must.
Yep.
It's
So
like
I'll
waking
just
up from sleep paralysis, thinking Cinder is your sleep
Your
paralysis
sleep
demon.
Oh God.
I don't know if that'd be scary or great.
Oh God.
That's all right.
Well,
It's not gonna.
Cinder-
It's. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Sorry. Well, Cinder is going over to Ash. Violet is going to drop down to Cyrus. She was going to go to Ash first, but seeing as Cinder's already doing that, she's going to drop down to where Cyrus is kneeling and kind of just like rub his back a little. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
It's missing. I got a 5.
Yeah. You go real wide.
You're a warlock. Don't you have like 2 AC?
No. Also, this warlock is Dexy. Okay. But no. So yeah, your swing goes very wide. What are you doing? We need to get out of here. Can you please just come back to your senses? We need to go.
The Ashen One is standing there, just kind of breathing really heavily still. Yeah, he's not coming out of it just yet.
Okay. Seeing that he's still going through things. Cinder is going to just kind of stand in front of him, between him and the explosion, and she's going to extend her wings out just to, if there's any debris or anything else that happens, and it's going to form a makeshift shield of sorts.
Cinder, you notice something.
What do I notice?
The Ashen One's hands are bleeding. Just a little bit. And Violet, you see something. You notice something. Cyrus's hands are bleeding.
Are they wounded? Well, obviously they're bleeding, but is it just like... Sorry, go ahead.
It's kind of hard to tell, but Ashen One and Cyrus both take 2 bleeding damage.
Bleeding?
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah.
Cinder is seeing this blood. Cinder is going to attempt, what happens, and I understand what happens may need to happen, that's fine, is going to attempt to kind of gently grab Ash's hands in her own as she casts Cure Wounds, assuming there's no more punches coming at her.
The Ashen One attempts to kill. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, there's not going to be another punch. I think they're just going to kind of still with that glazed over like look in their eyes, that vacant stare. I think they're just going to slowly angle their head down to focus on the point of contact where you're touching.
So her hands kind of glow with a soft warmth to them as whatever wounds you have on your hands. I'm still logistically unsure of how these wounds came to be, but they're going
Me
to
too.
heal. They're going to heal for 10 points.
You're amazing.
Please don't punch me again.
I'll try not to. I would say that he is very against punching people who don't deserve it.
Violet,
Don't swing on me.
my apologies in advance.
Don't swing on me, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
As soon as your hand, where on my back, I guess.
Probably upper back, because that's the most appropriate for people that you're not familiar with.
Okay. So yeah, as soon as you do that, like all the kind of goneness and the, that limpness to his body just disappears, and I just immediately go grab a dagger. But as I'm going at you, my hand is still shaking so hard that I can't hold on to it, and the dagger only makes it up to about here before I drop it. And I'm crying. And you notice, and as I turn and see you, that aggression drops out of my body entirely, and there's recognition on my face, but I'm not looking at you. Like I'm looking through you still, and I kind of reach towards your face with my left hand. It's shaking, but not quite as bad as the sword hand. And Moth, that Violet, lost a moment there. I lost a moment. What happened?
I wish I knew. I wish I understood. Here, stand up, and she'll attempt to help you up.
I let you.
Okay. Something's going on with Ash and with you. I think we should find a place.
Yeah.
Cinder,
What?
how's it going over there?
How's Ash doing? After a few moments have passed, hands have been healed.
Swings have been swung.
Sorry, I was biting my tongue. The comment where you're like, we need to get them to a place or something like that. I immediately was like, are you just saying an insane asylum, like an inpatient? I mean, that's not an insane asylum. It's separate. But anyways, the Ash, the one and only. I would say he isn't out of it yet. I mean, it's not something that, just, I don't know, just like put in that grounding pressure. I think it would just take a little bit longer. And he's still kind of, I would say he's kind of fidgeting with his hands some, unless your hands are still just pressed against that.
Still,
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we might need some more time here. He's not, I don't know what's happening, but he's not doing well.
What is Helyn doing?
What is she doing?
What is this bitch doing?
Helyn's been looking at the fire and then looking back at your group. And as a few of you gaze towards her, she turns fully and she says, well, I bet you folks are just a ton of fun at parties.
What did you do?
Oh, I torched pretty much my entire operation. You met
I'm not
with-
talking about your house. I'm talking about them. What did you do to my friends?
I did not do anything.
I've been with these guys for a few days now, and I have not seen anything wrong with them until we met you.
Ash is
I-
practically catatonic right now.
I don't know if Bombrim did something to you, or if they like don't like fires, but I didn't do anything.
Well, why in the fucking hell did you blow up your entire house? You could have hurt someone.
What did Bombrim say to you?
I don't remember. His fucking squirrel bit me and he ran off.
He said something about for the Squirrel King or something.
Oh god, he did say that.
And Violet's gonna turn back to Cyrus and kind of hand him a handkerchief she has. And under her breath, she says, "Typical leaders. So fucking corrupt."
Kind of take your hand in mine and put it back to your body with the handkerchief. I'm not all the way back, but I'm getting there. And then I give you a very small smile, Violet. Thank you. I'm all right. I didn't. That dream vision thing, between that and the rush of the heat, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't exactly expecting that, but I got my breath back, more or less here. Let's handle this business real quick, because I'm not quite done with her yet, and I don't think any of us are. Helyn, you, I'd say you just about sent us into a death trap here today. What was it? 2-1 odds down in there. You got 4 of us. The only reason we're even here is because we had 3 of them upstairs more concerned with their shit than with their friends. Okay. So before any one of us do anything further, I'm going to need you to come real clean with me. And I'm going to need you to explain exactly what you just sent us into.
That's fair. When did you come across Bombrim?
During the course of the investigation which you put us up to. So just this very afternoon, brought him back here, as a matter of fact. And in addition to your shit taste in men, I'd say you probably have shit taste in assistants as well. I would have appreciated a little heads up from your man that your old man was a little bit fucking more than he seemed like.
Yeah, you can't really blame Walter. He doesn't know who Bombrim is.
Then I will blame you, and I'm perfectly fine with that, Helyn. Now get to talking.
I didn't expect you to find one of the most powerful men in this city trying to track down a petty thief. If I had thought for a second that Bombrim was anywhere near the bazaar, I would not have sent you to him. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've lost just a little bit today in the course
You
of
fucking destroyed it yourself.
Oh.
Don't tell us you lost it.
Oh, trust me, this is the best outcome I could hope for when it comes to Bombrim coming back into my life in some way. This was absolutely the best I could hope
God,
for.
you know what? We've all had some shitty exes in our past. All right, doesn't mean we go blowing up our entire fucking house and half the block with it.
Oh, if he was just an ex, I would not have torched this place. And from what I'm seeing here, and if you guys are looking to do an intimidation or persuasion as far as getting information out of her, please go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah, fine. I think I will.
It sounds like either one would be appropriate in the situation.
I'm just saying, if y'all had let me take Bombrin into the bowels of the whatever base she was at and let me do the interrogation that I wanted to do, we would have gotten the information. We would have avoided all of this.
Okay, but interrogation is a word. It's a word.
Uh-huh. And you initiated a canon level event to our story.
I'm going to go with intimidation, which is not as good as my persuasion, because Cinder is fucking pissed. We've got 1.5 members of our party still fucking shell shocked. Okay. That's a 15 though.
Can you say 2.5? I'm
okay. 2.5. You know what? Let's make it a solid 3 because Cinder's not doing great either.
Okay. Alex, was there a role for Cyrus? Because I felt like there was some trying to put out there too.
I will likely get there, but he's a little too unfocused. That was more just raging and venting.
Okay.
Could his raging and venting give me intimidation advantage?
You passed.
Oh, fine. Okay.
I mean, you can make an advantaged roll just to see if you can spike up over the top.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, now it's gone from a 15 to a 16.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There are plenty of people around town that know who Bonbrim is. At least they think they do. 10 years ago, he was a different man. I was not the councilwoman at the time. However, I was desperate to stop poverty and a lack of resources from endangering people in my community. What Walter doesn't know, and what most people don't know, is that that Bonbrim is a man of means. He may not look it, he may not sound it. But back then, he knew how to get his hands on things that other people could not, would not, or whatever the case was. Let's get out of the street. I need to go somewhere to explain the rest of this. And by the way, I am going to point out that I did not see him in the bazaar and point him out and say, go after that man. You brought him to my office. And I understand that it was not your intention to do this, but this is just as much your fault as it is mine.
No.
But I will explain who Bonbrim is to you, because trust me, now that he is back, it has been about 5 years since I have seen him. The last time I saw him, I almost died. But let's go get a drink. And she wipes some soot off of her brow and just starts walking southeast.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over and check on Ash to see if he's finally come through. Just kind of walk in front of him. You all right?
What Cinder, what are you doing? Are you still holding on to my hands?
I think she probably would have let go because that was a long conversation, and I don't think we know each
You're
other
a
quite that
bitch.
well.
Yeah.
But she did.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But you're not wrong though. She was staying still really close to Ash, trying to be like, I don't know, the best she could do to be some sort of anchor, while also chewing the fuck out of this bitch.
Fair enough. Fair enough. If I had made a recommendation for what you should have done, but I'm not saying you do this now because I'm totally, metagaming. So what you should have done, you should have been like, have your wings go around and then you hold their hand. I read a lot of romance books, and then you just like look up at him. He's like, "You okay?"
Okay,
like that.
you already
gotta
had
make
the
it fun.
wing shield. Stop being fucking greedy.
Sorry, you're right. Anyways, so the Ashen one is going to he's gonna slowly turn his head and look down at Violet, and he's just gonna he's gonna say, "Violet, where are we?"
We are still in the shallows. Helyn wants to go talk to us, but not in the streets. Are you all right?
The shallows. Yes, I don't remember how we got here, but I need rest.
Yeah, let's go get you a place to lay down. And I'll take his free hand. Free hands? Yeah, give me your hand. And I'll guide him in the direction that Helyn was going, because she said she needed to get a drink. So I'm assuming she's going to like some sort of tavern or inn or whatever. I don't know.
Are you holding like this, or we waffling? We interlacing?
What do you want? Finally, would probably let him take her hand over.
We're just normal.
Okay.
Just normal.
Hey, waffling is normal too.
No, it's not.
Yes, it so is. Anyways, I'm guiding the Ash towards where Helyn went. I don't know if anybody else follows.
Yeah, Cinder's going to follow as well.
Yeah,
But-
take a little pregame first and then head off.
So as Helyn is walking, you notice like there are a few places that might work to get a drink. She passes the first one about a block over, like maybe like 100 feet or so to the west. You see a building with a wooden squirrel cutout. It is the squirrel hut. She does not look in its direction. She continues going.
Thank you.
And further to the southeast, she walks past very clearly at least 2 different taverns that would very much serve the type of drink she's looking to drink. But she does not stop even for a second. She seems to have a very distinct goal, a distinct destination in mind for where she wants to get her drink. After about 10 more minutes of walking, the streets open up into an open area, a plaza filled with tables that are under tents. You can see that fish are being butchered, filleted, processed for sale. And very shortly after, a very strong smell of fish fills the air, and she walks directly towards this market.
I think we'll probably keep on keeping on. Cyrus is has noticed, how many buildings she's gone by. So he's probably, hand on rapier as we're walking just in case.
Okay. As you walk through this market, you see many people carving up cuts of fish, using spices to pack and treat these fish. Some of them are just throwing fish from one location to another. It is very obviously a fish market. There's people shopping and everything. And it seems like she is walking directly towards a brick looks like almost like a shed.
Single story.
I was about to ask.
This thing looks like it's not just single story. It looks like it may be a single room.
It's okay, guys. We're just gonna go upstairs.
I just wanted to know what we're walking into or walking up to, or down to.
Let's just make sure that she goes first when she walks in, because I ain't going into another trapdoor.
Yeah, Cinder is also definitely on edge, because that building seems a little bit too small to go and get a drink.
She pulls out a key, unlocks the door, opens the door, does not wait for you. Glances back to see you're maybe a few steps behind her. You see a stairwell going down. And
You
she
mean
just...
up?
Nope. Going down. And she goes downstairs.
I think that I would probably be the first one of the group to follow, and I wouldn't hesitate or anything. So I'm just gonna go right down after her.
Okay.
Yeah, following Cyrus's confidence, or whatever it is, stupidity, Violet is going to release Ash's hand so he has free will to do whatever and follow.
Cinder will kind of stop next to him. I know you wanted to rest. Are you okay going downstairs?
For now, I should be fine.
All right. Just let us know if something changes, all right?
I will try.
All right. Cinder will gesture for him to go first, and she will take up the rear, just keeping an eye out on anything. She's also going to take a look. Have they been followed as we've been making this trek through the city?
Good
with
question.
a council
Thank you.
person?
Thank you. I didn't want to say it because I'm, in this catatonic state, but I was like, how is
Right.
nobody
Yeah.
doing anything? It's screaming in my head, please, somebody.
Go
I
ahead
got
and you could make a survival or a perception check for that.
They're both the same. And by the same, I mean not that good. That's an 8.
Okay. You glance around, and the only thing that really catches your eye is the flash of silver scales of fish being thrown to and fro. Doesn't look like there's anyone following.
Do I still see the plume of smoke from that building going up in flame?
There is still a plume, yes.
Okay. Does it
It's
seem like the
minor,
fires are
but-
out?
It doesn't look like it's raging at the moment, but it's very far
Okay.
away.
Okay, I just walked away from just a fire. I mean, I know we're underwater. It can't get too bad, all things considered, but could get bad. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, she will take in that information and then she will follow.
Okay. So after taking a few steps down the staircase, the kind of like a din, a noise kind of starts to resolve itself into what you would probably recall as vaguely Valsharan music. It sounds kind of like cantina music, something along those lines. There's something kind of leisurely, and as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see a pretty vast bar. There's a lot of people here. It seems very popular. And Helyn is walking up to the bar, and it looks like ordering a drink.
What? So the patrons here, how do they look?
The patrons are, they're probably about 15 to 20 at the bar. There are that probably twice as many as that in booths and tables kind of surrounding the area. The music is loud enough that it drowns out conversation unless people are leaning close. So you see a lot of people leaning close to each other and speaking with gestures, kind of trying to communicate in ways other than verbal, because the ability to communicate verbally is muffled a little bit by the loudness of the band of musicians playing nearby.
Did any of them notice Helyn when she walked in, and like if they did, what were their reactions to her?
You can make a perception roll for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yikes. It's okay. I've got quite a bonus. If I can find it. Perception 14.
Nothing, like there were multiple people that kind of like look up and are glancing around, but you get the feeling that they are kind of people watching.
Okay.
Are there open tables and or booths?
There's a few open tables and 2 open booths.
I want to head up to the bar.
Okay.
And then when I get there, I'm not going to order anything. I'll give a nod to the bartender out of respect, and then kind of looking over at Helyn. Yeah, whenever and wherever you're ready to go, I suppose we shall follow your lead.
She says, she looks at you, looks back at the bartender she was talking to. The bartender makes a little motion to his left, away from the entrance that you came through. And she looks back at you, Cyrus, and nods her head in the same direction. And then begins walking to the back of the room towards a hallway.
Just glance back over my shoulder, catch one or more of the party members' eyes, a little head nudge over, and I'm just gonna follow along.
Okay.
Yeah, Cinder will too. Is there any kind of, I guess, recognition or anything from the patrons of this bar as we move to this specified direction?
What is it that you're looking for?
Just if there's, I guess, any kind of like acknowledgement or maybe even just like preemptively getting out of the way, like they know where we're heading.
No, nobody moves out of the way for you to get past them. You kind of like walk, like weaving back and forth from table to table around people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she will follow as well.
So through a narrow hallway, Helyn opens a door and goes into a room.
I'm going to stay in the doorway and like keep the door propped open with my foot while the other folks catch up, which should only be a few seconds, I'm sure. But yeah.
Okay. So you walk in, there's 4 or 5 couches kind of spaciously placed around this room, and Helyn is pouring mugs of ale. And she says, "Come in, sit down."
Yeah, I'll take a seat at probably just the nearest of those couches, and kind of just throw myself down into it. Hands behind my head, and just kind of twiddling my thumbs behind my head, looking around and just waiting to see what happens.
I'm gonna just, when I go in there and she hands me one of like the mugs, I want to like discreetly, as if it's kind of like a subconscious thing, I want to cast a purified food and drink on that ale.
Okay.
Do I need to hit like a 20 and nat 20 to be able to pass this? Your answer will tell me if you had intended to poison this or not.
It's true. Let's see.
Sarah, what happened to your Viking mug? Because you went from 1 at the start of this, and now you have a leaf mug, and I'm wondering how many you have on hand. Oh, wow. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Would we consider an alcoholic drink a poison?
If you get drunk, it gives you the poisoned condition, but that's also being intoxicated. So,
okay. So you cast your spell, Ashen One, and there's the mug you're holding. Are you casting it on? She's got 4 other mugs that are like sitting on like a coffee table type of thing in the middle of the couches.
I'm just casting it on mine.
Just yours. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 5-foot radius, and I don't think we're all on a 5-foot radius. So maybe if there was somebody right there next to me who also had a mug. So I guess if I came in after, like, say, Cyrus, then I would say Cyrus's is also. If Cyrus is getting some ale.
Not as of yet. So like all of those mugs are right next to each other, basically, you said?
Okay.
Yes.
So they're like on that coffee table or whatever. I haven't even gotten over it. Like I literally, the first couch, I'm like, I just want to go sit real quick. So like that's all I've been doing. I'm not even really paying attention to the booze at the moment.
Okay.
Cinder makes her way to a couch, but she does glance at the ale, and her face is definitely kind of downturned in a grimace as she decidedly does not grab a mug and finds one of the nearest seats and waits. She's kind of not really leaning into the couch. She's definitely on attention. If that makes sense. Alert.
Violet doesn't find a seat. She just kind of stands next to where Cyrus sat down.
So the ale in your hand, Ashen One, you notice that the total volume, reduces by just a little bit.
Spooky. Okay. Sounds good.
Do you taste it?
Yeah, I guess I'll take a sip.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, sorry. I'm being stupid. Yes, I'll take the mug, and I'll just kind of like, I'm still kind of in and out of disassociating, of like zoning in and out. So I'm just gonna kind of like, looking off in the distance and take a sip whilst kind of leaning back on the couch.
So the drink in your hand is no longer alcoholic.
Okay.
It is like a non-alcoholic ale.
Ooh, like an O'Doul's or something gross.
So Alan just kind of watches you cast this spell, and sits down and grabs a mug and starts drinking. And she says, the councilman whose place I took was murdered. And I used to date the man who murdered that councilman. For years, I worked with him to make sure my people had what they needed in order to survive leaving the city, going back out, recolonizing the flooded areas that were no longer flooded, reestablishing colonies, reestablishing trade, getting materials, livestock, food, provisions. You don't need me to tell you how difficult life on this planet can be below the high water line. Eventually, Bonbrim, out of boredom, out of routine, out of an excessive wealth that he possessed, began getting involved in some very unproductive habits. And those unproductive habits led him to be more and more irrational. And eventually, through years of not bathing, not grooming himself, and steering basically as far away from human decency or reason as he could, turned into the man that you met. And he left me to deal with figuring out how to keep things functional for my people. He left me to keep the people of this city, the powerful people of this city, from taking advantage of us, of our colonies, and leaving us without anything. He talks about me breaking up with him or something like that. What he's not going to tell you is that he completely lost his mind. But not in the ways of subterfuge, blackmail, just the resourcefulness of a man who was told no by the councilman who was trying to help me provide for people. And that's when Bombrim decided that he needed to go. Because the councilman said, Bombrim, you can't continue on like this, and you're going to end up in jail if you are a thief, if you are doing things that no one in their right mind would do. Well, Bombrim didn't like that. So one thing that Bombrim was always good at was scheming. Figuring things out. Getting a hold of things that people didn't want him to have a hold of. And he arranged for things to go poorly for the last councilman. And that's something that Walter doesn't really know. It's not something that anyone knows. And if I told you that the last 5 years, the last 9 years of my life has been a breeze, has been really great, and I'm living high on the hog, that would be a lie. I'm struggling to keep our people from being erased from the city. But if I'm not here to help them, I don't know who else will. I still have access to some of Bombrim's resources. Well, I did. And that really helped them. So I don't know if that answers all of your questions. But I have to apologize. I don't have your reward anymore. I don't have a place for you to crash at. I don't know if you noticed that second blast, but I cannot have any holdings. I cannot have anything that Bombrim can hold over me, because I know that I will be caught in his web if there's anything that I hold on to at this point.
Your story answered a lot of our questions, but it raised a few more in my head. Who specifically is trying to erase your people?
My people rely on this district allowing them to come here every 4 years. And without support from this city, sickness, illness, hardship will take them when we are kicked out, because we are kicked out at the end of every flood. We are kicked out. And it's something that we accept, and we take small commissions for the recolonization, but we cannot make ends meet without additional resources. So the city would watch us die if they weren't motivated in some way to keep us around. And some years I get my resources from a stash of what Bombrim had in the past. Some years I managed to work out deals with some of the other counselors, but it's not always a certain thing as far as risking the survival of my people over not having some sort of fallback.
I do have a bit of a question too. You said he just came back. Do you have any idea where he just came back all of a sudden from?
She looks over at Cyrus. She says, there are plenty of places in the underbelly of this city for someone with a sneaky side to exist.
Well, you said he was gone for years, though.
I told him that if he showed his face in our district again, he would not be a free man after that. And looking back on it, maybe I shouldn't have threatened him like that, but I did not want to see him. I did not want to have to deal with him. And I don't know how he feels about me being the councilwoman now, because that happened after his plan succeeded.
What makes Bombrim so powerful? Is it money?
He has control over a network of, I don't know, maybe they're minions. They do his bidding. He has always had a keen eye for underhanded business, and for a while I thought he might actually care enough about other people to help people out. I was wrong about that. I've seen him scheme and kill powerful people before. And not necessarily directly either. Like he has ways of manipulating situations and circumstances so that he gets what he wants. And what he wants is chaos.
Yeah, we got a little taste of that. Trying to word this question correctly without making it seem like I'm accusing you or anything, but you held a position of power for a while, working with the previous councilman that was in your place, and you just told Bombrim to disappear. They have sacrifices of people in temples happening in the higher districts above the shallows, and you guys could not execute a man?
Bondrim has never been in a position where he could be easily apprehended.
We fucking apprehended him. Well, apprehended. Apparently he was just manipulating us the whole time.
I have never seen that man in a situation he did not want to be in.
And these people that he has control of, is it a social control because they're scared of him? Does he have some sort of, and I'll gesture towards Cinder, magical power where they can manipulate people's minds? Like, what are we dealing with here? Because I still feel like you are putting a blindfold over my eyes and pushing me into a fire.
He's not a magical person. He is sinister. He is a mastermind. He tells people what they want to hear. He gives people what they want, and they are loyal to him.
How big of a mass of people are we talking about here? Like a district worth? A house worth? Like how many people?
In his operation,
Yeah, just give me an estimate. I don't expect you to know everybody, but if we're walking around in this city not knowing where streets are and we all of a sudden get jumped by 20 squirrels, I want to be ready.
when he was conducting operations for us, he would usually hire folks to do grunt work, transportation, deliveries. I don't know if his inner circle has 10 or 40 or 80 people in it.
Okay. Kind of like a weird, kind of off topic question. Do you know Steve, little goblin man? Skeeven Steve? No, you don't know him.
No, I don't.
Okay. Never mind then. I was just curious if he was aligned with Bombrim in some sort of way because Steve was like, "Oh, come check me out in whatever place. That's my part." And I'm assuming it's here because he was.
Stevens, he works for the trade district.
Oh, the trade district. Maybe I was being a little prejudiced.
You're fine. Helen, I got a question for you. Maybe you can answer. You talked about all these resources that your man had before he started, going off the deep end and everything. But so seems to me he had these resources beforehand, correct?
He was operating long before I met him.
Operating in a less than legal sense.
Yes.
So, would it be safe to assume that Bonbrim, God, his name is not easy to say. Is it safe to assume that Mr. Rommel was one of those who was working against Bonbrim, or who might be his associates, his contacts?
Malgan Rommel had his sights on people in the council that defied him. I don't think he and Bombrim really would have traveled in similar circles at all.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, they would have been on opposing sides of this quarrel, at least abstractly?
I mean, what sides are we talking about?
I don't know. Rommel sent us down here to try and sort out some political issue that's going on. Is Bombrim related to that in any way?
I don't know what Bombrim has been doing for years. He could. The thing that worries me the most about Bombrim showing up is that he wouldn't show up unless he intended to. Like, you finding him I'm convinced is part of whatever plan he's orchestrating. Like,
Great. Still fucking pawns.
You're part of that plan, you know.
as far as I'm concerned, maybe I should tell you why I'm here. I can no longer be a council person for this city. I am my whatever cover I might have, whatever protections I might have, all of that is gone. I'm here because this is the other council person's business. I've asked that we meet with him. For the Shallows has 2 council people. This is Kirk's place. And when Kirk Talos gets here, I'm going to be letting him know that most likely I need to either recuse myself of most of my responsibilities or something, because I am not going to be used by that man again.
Well, it seems like you have a much more intimate knowledge of how he operates, how he works, how he thinks. Would you not be doing a disservice to the city by just fucking off?
The most direct route he has to power in this city is through me.
So he's just going to give up.
Honestly, I'm gonna see if Kirk can set us up with like a safe house, or me, like get me somewhere where maybe Bombrim can't get to me.
And then you're going to do what? Sit on your thumbs.
Figure out what we can do with the power that we have from this district. And if Kirk needs to be the driving force of that, it's safer for him to do that.
Well, that's
And-
fine. Just don't think this is some excuse to go off to an early retirement. Because that's stupid.
Sometimes you just gotta cut and run, though. Much as I might not fucking like it. I mean, when I tell you that you're part of his plan, I don't necessarily mean in a good way for you. You know, I mean, I like owls, you know, and owls, they'll swoop over a field to flush the mice out before they come in and take them. And I'd say, you know, we were the mice, and you were the nest that he was looking to get flushed out. So I get it, man. I fucking hate you, but at the same time, fuck me, man. We are all in shit that we do not want to be in right now.
So it happens to get involved in politics.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say none of us really wanted to be here. We were all kind of tricked in a way. Our notes.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most angry about, because I was promised answers, and then when we got here, he was like, "Oh, you have to fix the politics of our city, you nobodies." No offense, guys, but who are we?
Nobody's.
Nobodies.
And honestly, I came here thinking it was going to be better than where I was coming from. And I gotta say, it's a lot more peaceful where that was, and that's not a compliment.
I came here because I thought it would be my ticket home. You guys know what's waiting for me at home. And now I'm stuck here for however much longer because some shitty fucking politicians cannot get their
Not be
shit
shitty.
together. Yeah. With all due respect, Helyn, I do not think that you should back out of being a councilwoman because you are holding a position of power that can guide us to fixing your shit. Because you cannot put your bricks together. You blow them up. Figuratively and literally.
Quite literally.
This other councilman, Kirk Talos, you said? Talos Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
Does he stand with you in all of your ideas?
He's been a very good ally, someone who has helped me and my people. I would say that we do not necessarily see eye to eye on every situation, but we have a working relationship.
You do understand that if you were just to go and fuck off into the sunset, you cannot guarantee that the person who's going to take your spot is going to be any better. In fact, they could easily, just as easily, fall into this man's, whatever he's doing.
Better yet, he could already be under Bombrim's manipulative mind shit.
So, point is, it'd be really stupid for you to do that.
You're opening up a seat to an enemy.
And you're also showing some sort of conceding. You're showing defeat. Those who look to you for leadership are going to see that you backed the fuck down. How is that
You're
going to
showing
help
weakness.
them?
I don't see it helping them at all.
And what are you
Isn't
supposed to
that
do
all
as a
you
council
wanted to
person?
do?
If I felt it was within my power to continue operating with this man walking free, I would. Now, I do have a few questions for you. Can you remember anything about what he said that might give you a hint as to what his plans are, what he's going to be doing in the future?
It could have easily just been nonsense. But his fucking squirrel bit me. It fucking bit me. I got bit by a squirrel in the sewers of all fucking places. And he ran off and he talked about the Squirrel King. I don't know if that was just gibberish or something else, but
Yeah, he didn't really talk about anything that I can remember. That was all just babbling nonsense. He was talking about how he'll take us to the sewers where he turns in all of his trinkets that he gets for money.
Did he say anything else he was going to do? Any plans that he had?
No,
I don't think so.
He was
just
all.
going to a squirrel hut to eat squirrels, but that's about it.
When
He
did he
mentioned that
say
to
he was
me.
going there?
Tonight?
He's going to be there.
You know, the one good thing that I thought that would come out of all of this is that we would not get roped into going to the squirrel huts as we had promised him.
What's going on at the that squirrel hut?
It's a low-end place that cooks and bakes squirrels. But he has... he always would make plans or say he was going to do something and it would sound outlandish, especially near the end. But he always did what he said he was doing, and usually without the intent you thought he had for it. He said he was going to take you to the sewer. Yeah, he did. What else did he say he was going to do? What other information did he give you that worked out just perfectly until it didn't?
Yeah. I mean, here's the question. Again, I understand he's a little bit off his rocker at this point, but why advertise?
Advertise what?
Where he's going.
What he's doing.
He knows you're going to be there. You think this is an ambush that you're going to do on him? He is expecting this.
So what I'm hearing then is that we shouldn't go.
Well, I guess you're going to have to ask yourself the question you asked me. Do you want to tuck tail and run, or do you want to face this head on?
I don't know. We don't have the same obligations. This isn't our city. It's not our crazy fucking ex.
Yeah, as a councilwoman, do you not have guard?
I mean, I just hired you folks to police my streets, didn't I?
Did you? Haven't gotten paid.
You got an advance.
20 gold for 4 lives.
So
How
that's
cheap do you
what we're
think we
worth.
are?
A bit depressing.
I can speak with Kirk and see if we can get you folks paid. If that's what you're looking for. I don't have a lot of resources, but I can see what we can do as far as getting you paid.
How is Ash looking right now? He's been awfully quiet, and I just want to make sure that he's okay, or if I should get him up and somewhere else to rest.
I've been waiting. He's good, but he's stable physically. I don't know about mentally at the moment, was mental state. I would say that he's still kind of zoned out. If you were to talk to him, would probably snap him out of it and he would kind of come back too. But right now, I think the best thing for him would be to rest somewhere. But until then, he's kind of just, in his own world, his mind processing, everything.
Okay. Violet is going to walk over to where he is on whatever couch and take his hand, if you're willing. We're not waffling, we're normal. And I'm going to look to Helyn. Is there a place we can rest down here? Or is this just a bar?
We should be able to rest, but I think we all have a dinner date we have to make.
I don't know who this we is right now, because you asked us if we wanted to tuck tail and run or if we wanted to face this head on. And right now, I do not think that we are capable of facing a man in what we could only assume is his headquarters. We need to rest. And I'm going to pull the Ashen one up to his feet. And if you cannot provide us a place here, then we will go find somewhere else. And I'm going to start guiding the Ashen one out of the room if she doesn't say anything.
As you walk up to the door, it swings open, and a very large frogman steps into the room and says, "Helyn, surprising to see you here." She says, "Well, Kirk, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't an emergency." And this is where we are going to take our break. So we will be back in 10 minutes. Be right back, everybody.
Bye. See you then.
We are back from our break. Did you guys get some hydration? Did you get a snack? How are we feeling? Quick check-in over the table. How's everyone feeling right now?
Okay, I didn't know if you were asking the viewers or if you were asking us. I'm okay. I'm great. I got some juice left. Cranberry juice, raspberry, by the way. Would recommend.
Very nice.
How's Juno doing?
Wish I had a little bit more time, but we're good. We're here.
Okay.
I definitely got here like last second.
Okay. Yep. Alex, Sarah, how are we doing?
I'm
Chilling.
good. I'm good.
All right. Good. Well, as we reconnect back with our story, you are hanging out in what seems to be like Kirk's place, and Kirk has just shown up. And Helyn stands up and kind of beckons him to the back of the room. Kirk goes back for a minute, maybe 2 minutes. They just talk. And he's mostly just standing there nodding. And it's like, all right. Yes. Okay. And he turns to you and he looks back to Helyn and he says, "Well, it looks like we have a little bit of a problem. We're going to need to take a trip to the squirrel house, the squirrel hut, and see if we can't take care of this bomb brim. Well, from what I understand, you folks have been hired to do a job, apprehend a villain, cover some stolen merchandise, but yeah, I think I can cover the reward for that job if you folks are willing to assist me and my men in apprehending this individual."
So I can't help but wonder, what exactly is the expectation if we were to help you? That we just all waltz into this squirrel shack area and just pluck him off the street? What reality do you envision with this objective?
Kirk Talos looks to Helyn. Helyn looks up and says, "He needs to be behind bars. He can't be walking free in this city. And he needs to be put on trial in front of a tribunal.
No, all of that I understand. That's pretty straightforward. But he supposedly expects us to be there. We're supposedly walking into exactly what he wants us to do. Of course, he's going to have something else planned because we're marching to his rhythm. So I don't understand what we can do by doing what he wants.
Helyn's quiet for a moment. Kind of slumps down in the chair, puts her head in her hands, and Kirk looks up. He says, "It might be an uphill fight, but I've fought my way out of worse situations. That said, if you're not confident you can get the job done, and you want to abandon your hire, your contract here, and the job that you took on, then so be it."
That's not exactly what I'm saying. If he's such a mastermind, that he is so great at manipulating and scheming, then he's going to expect us, and possibly the both of you, and those he might know, even perhaps, to waltz up there and just try to grab him. We'd be doing exactly what he plans. Which he would, I assume, if he's such a genius on his squirrel diets, that he would have some counter plan already in place. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Helyn just looks up and says, "Everyone always does what Von Brim expects. It's how he lives his life."
All right. Yeah, I'm still not feeling very confident that this is the smartest of plans, and if I'm the one who's realizing this, that's not good because I don't consider myself to be very smart at all.
Cinder, make a wisdom roll.
What? Why?
Never just a roll.
A roll.
A
Just
roll?
Just a wisdom roll. Not a save.
I thought I was gonna have to start swinging low key.
Look, I don't know, okay?
While Cinder is rolling, can I insight check Kirk to just get a general vibe? Because I didn't like the way he approached that conversation that Cinder was trying to like pull from him. I want to like just kind of glean if I can maybe like if he was trying to like be like, if you can't handle it, then back off because you fucking suck. And I'm also might be mind controlled by Von Brim on the low key. I want to see if he's trying to get us with his words to go away.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I will have you make a roll in a second.
Okay.
For that.
Okay, mine is a 10.
Okay.
For just a flat wisdom roll.
So you hear in the back of your head, Cinder, you're like, "My dear, can't you tell? You're supposed to be the hero."
If anyone's looking at Cinder, you can just see her face just randomly, out of the fucking blue, just have like a what the fuck expression. Just, overtake her previous skeptical what the fuck towards them expression. Now it's a different what the fuck expression.
She says it's what a goody two shoes would do, so maybe not advisable.
She's quiet for a moment as she is trying to wrestle with that fuckery and try not to let on that there is some fuckery. She is doing her best just to all of a sudden go quiet and pretend like that was her intent all along.
Violet can make her insight check.
$25. I did
Damn.
the math without counting my fingers.
That's a hell of an insight check.
I rolled an 18 plus 7, so I'm assuming that's 25.
Glad someone on this party
Call
is wise.
me a math motherfucking-tician.
You get the feeling that Kirk is more of a kind of, I mean, you get the feeling from both of them, both of these council folk, that they're pretty cop coded, right? Like there's a lot of law and order type of stuff kind of floating around in their presentation and how they address and think through things. The language that he used definitely seems like he's trying not to like be in a commandeering sort of sense. Like he's softening the blow of his words, but not in a way that's like super reassuring. It's just like he's not being like full on like I'm gonna like come after you and like throw you in prison or something for not helping us. Like you get the feeling that there is a suggestion of softening his words. Like there was an attempt for him to not come off as cop coded as he is.
Okay, so like what I get from him is that he's not expecting us to do this.
No, there's like it's more of like a social type of like I might get ticked off at you, I might think less of you, but I'm not sitting here saying you must do this or I'm expecting you to do this.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Kirk, what kind of like your coworker here was concerned to the point of terror, I would say, with heading into that particular establishment this evening. More or less told us it was a death trap. You seem to kind of have a different opinion of things, kind of a martial force you bringing with you.
You can probably bring about 50 men.
50 or 15?
50.
For one man. And you expect us for nobodies to just waltz in there and be like, okay, put these handcuffs on, please.
From what I understand, more than one of you has magical abilities. I wish I could say that all of my guards are super strong and we're all sea glass sentinels, but they're not. So the four of you could really help turn the tide of a battle that if we're going in.
Just worth noting, we already did have a little escapade through the sewers, which is so pleasant. I don't know about the rest of my companions here, but I'm not sure how much juice I have left. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to turn the tide.
I'm pretty spent for the day. That's why I was wanting to go rest, but we just
I'll look over at Helyn. What do you think? Is that enough firepower for your all-powerful X?
Eight years ago, 9 years ago, maybe. I don't know today.
Yeah. I mean, he is one up on us, but I don't know. I'm not looking to force any of y'all to go along with it. I'll be completely honest. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit even, getting my shit kicked into the dirt since we got here. I wouldn't mind having, a win, but maybe I just need to vent some frustration.
I've got something that could help. Something that could help you feel a little bit more prepared for the fight.
Sure, we're all ears.
I've got something in the back. Could set up a hero's feast if you'd want to partake.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that entails, but I am a little hungry. But Kirk, it's a little bit more than some hunger on our side.
So he explains that a hero's feast is a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes an hour to consume and disappears at the end of the time, and the beneficial effects don't set in until this hour is over. Up to 12 creatures can partake of the feast. A creature that partakes of the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases and poisons, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, and makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points. The benefits last for 24 hours.
So above the table, I know what the hero's feast is.
Okay. Well, he explains it to everyone.
To Cyrus and us, yeah. But just so I don't look too stupid on this particular episode. But Cyrus is very much learning all of this, and is kind of, because his magical abilities are very, very basic, and so that this is significantly over his head in terms of magical ability. So yeah, kind of a big time eye opener for Cyrus, and kind of looks at you guys mostly at the Ashen One. How you doing over there, man? You got rocked a little harder than the rest of us, I think.
Yes, I am definitely shaken up. I think that if we needed to eat, I could make it through that. I would stress that I would really like to sleep, but I understand that there are things that we need to get done.
If we do this, and I'm not saying we are because that's a group decision, but I think it's a fair expectation that at the end of it, we would have some very nice accommodations so we can properly rest when all this is done.
Do you say that in loud enough for everyone in the room to hear you?
I do. Was I quiet on the microphone?
Nope. No, I was
Oh.
just making sure that like Cinder was saying it so that Kirk and Helyn would be able to hear.
Oh no, she was speaking directly to them.
Okay. So Kirk looks over at Helyn. He raises an eyebrow. She looks up and she kind of like rolls her eyes and she nods to him. And he says, "Of course, that would be taken care of."
Let's get feasting then.
I mean, yeah, regardless of what we actually want to do, I mean, let's get something to eat here.
Okay. So Kirk says, "Follow me." He leads you out of the room. You kind of hear the cantina music continuing to play in the hallway, and you walk further away from the bar area. He leads you to a back room, down another flight of steps. And on this lower floor, a large banquet table sits empty. Kirk produces a book, looks in the book, says an incantation. And pulls from a pocket a small gem-encrusted bowl that glitters in the torchlight and slowly just fades from existence and crumples into itself until a small ball of light flashes for a moment in his hand and disappears. And in that moment, that banquet table is filled to the brim with all sorts of roasted vegetables, sausages, chicken, mashed potatoes, scalloped potatoes, souffles. And a lot of it actually kind of looks like the make-believe food in the movie Hook. Like when Peter starts to believe, like rather than just an empty table, there are just like large cream pies and stuff like that. And he kind of like looks over your group. He waves his hand, he beckons, and he also calls 6 other 6 guards of his to come and eat the feast as well.
DM, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Being one of those magical folk, would Cinder have any idea of the, let's just say, the aptitude one would have to cast such a spell?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. It's not horrible. That's a 19.
Okay. You can tell that he is getting the assistance of an item to help him cast this spell.
Okay.
Because it is a 6th level conjuration.
Okay, but I'm that much of a nerd that I know that.
I know.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right, so when she sees this, she'll just kind of raise an eyebrow, a little bit impressed, but not say anything snarky this time.
Is Helyn with us?
Yes.
Okay. How large is this room?
Probably 20 feet wide and 40 feet long.
Okay. I briefly would like to approach Helyn. I need 2 or 3 moments of your time, if you have them.
I do.
Okay, come on. I'm just going to head on over into just one of the corners. And then when we get over there, just turn back to her earlier.
She hands you a cracker and says you should start eating because it takes an entire hour for us to finish this. And she bites into another cracker.
Okay, I'll take it. And I will, kind of nibble between sentences. So I think it was this morning when you had trapped my associates and I in your cell. You'd been talking about this, that, and the next thing, how everybody hates us, and in particular, you mentioned Councilman Castor.
His aunt is the councilwoman, but he is pretty well connected.
Mm-hmm. And something about suggestion, or perhaps a little bit more than just a suggestion, that we ought to be dealt with a certain measure of violence was mentioned.
He's been telling a lot of people that you are the reason these sea creature attacks are happening.
Good to know. Could you give me, within the Sea Glass City, a little bit more of a specific location where I might find him?
Yeah, he spends oh man. His house is 2 blocks north of the graveyard. I believe you guys were at the service.
We were indeed.
His house is the only lime green house that's 2 blocks north of the graveyard.
That does seem in character for him. All right. Oh, and during this upcoming escapade of violence that we're going to participate in, I assume you'll be there alongside us.
Yes, I will.
Oh, good. Sometimes you do have to cut and run, and I do understand that. This is not one of those times. Okay.
No, it is not.
Okay. Let's get something to eat. Just walk off back to the feast.
You notice that she is not quick to follow you. Glancing back, she has a hand against the wall that she's leaning on. And she keeps nibbling the cracker that she had. All right, so everyone eats the feast. So, let us find out how many hit points you gain.
This is a hit point maximum, not temp? Okay.
Not temp.
Okay.
Not temp. 2d10.
For once, I want you to roll high.
Well, it's an 11. So you
Ooh.
gain 11 maximum hit points, and you also heal 11 hit points. So your HP max goes up, as well as your whatever your current hit points is at. You also have advantage on all wisdom saving throws. You are immune to being frightened. You are immune to poison.
So you said our maximum goes up, so we're raising that number. So he said.
Yes,
Perfect.
that's correct.
And it's only for 24 hours, so remember what your base level is.
Yes, yeah.
During this hour, does that also count as a short rest for the purpose of spell slots?
That's an hour, and you're just
Your
chilling.
greed sickens me. Let me just get all of my spells back.
You know
while my
what?
cleric sits there and suffers.
You know what? If shit hits the fan, you might be grateful that you're not the only one who can heal. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shut up.
Helyn walks over to Kirk, says something in his ear. And he turns and says something to her. And she goes into what looks like kind of like a closet on the side of the room. And comes out with a box. And says, even if we succeed with this, I may end up dying. I don't think that Bombrim has any room in his twisted heart to see me continue walking this planet. So there are some things that I'm going to be sending someone to work with Walter to figure some things out as far as who my successor might be. But for the four of you, I have something I want you to have that might help us not end up being completely and terribly destroyed. And she opens the box, and there are 3 cloaks of protection and a pearl of power.
Stuff. Christmas presents.
And she does explain what they are?
Yes.
Okay.
Sweet. Come on.
Sorry, go ahead.
Ladies first.
Helen, I have to ask, are you always such a... I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I'm going to sound ungrateful. I know I am. Are you always such a downer? Do you really think that this is going to be the end? That you're going to be targeted and that you're not going to walk out of there?
If I'm not prepared for this to be my last meal, then things will be worse if it is.
I don't know. It just seems a bit fatalistic, don't you think?
I don't know if you've spent most of your life underneath the water line, but that's how we live.
I can't say that I have. But even still, I mean, you're going to be waltzing down there, and there's going to be, what, if I heard correctly, 50 plus us. And you don't think you're going to walk out of there? You don't think there's going to be an opportunity to walk out of there, whether it's self-preservation or otherwise?
I've seen what that man can do with a day's worth of preparation, a week's worth of preparation, a month's worth of preparation. I have not seen what he can do with 5 years of preparation.
You know what? I'll say this. If you really think that you're a dead person walking, don't fucking go. You're better off. You're more help to this city if you're alive than if you're either running away and just abandoning your duties, or if you're just accepting your death. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I'm trying to logic this, and it's not mathing, as they say.
I think you need to look at this from his perspective. Whether I'm there or not. If he's going to win this fight, he's going to win this fight, and he's going to take control of a whole lot of the city. And whether I'm there or not might not have any sort of effect at all. But the thing is, if I can change that, if I can distract him, if I can tell him he's a fucking asshole one more time, you're goddamn right I'm going to.
Well, I can respect the spunk there. I can. You might want to abandon your pride for the sake of your people. If you want to be there, that's fine, but don't just lay down your life for it. I mean, like I said, you are better off for this city if you're alive than if you're a victim.
As long as Bombrim is alive and walking, I'm no good to anybody.
No, because you know how he thinks. You have a history with him. That is helpful.
The best that I could do is burn out everything that he can latch on to track me down. And anything that allows me to hold on to power that he can snatch away from me, I'm
not even talking about power. Even just your knowledge is talking to those who have some power still. Whether it's this Kirk or someone else. I mean, there is benefit to that. Knowing how he thinks more intimately than others do. All right, you know what? I don't want to just talk to a wall. I don't really feel like you're being very receptive. But if things don't... If things aren't looking good for you, just
Mm-hmm.
consider that. All right? Don't be stupid. Don't die for your pride.
It's not going to be pride that I die for. Because if I die, I'm pretty sure I'm going to tell him I'm going to see him in hell. I'm going to die for revenge.
Parts of me can respect that, but I also think it's really stupid. It's really stupid. You have to see that.
Maybe it is.
All right, well, if you want to go down in a flame of vengeance, who am I to stop you?
I'm not going to throw my life away meaninglessly, but I'm not going to send people to their deaths if I'm not going to be willing to, fight so that it's not sending people to their deaths, I guess,
No.
Okay.
Just don't be stupid out there. And with that, Cinder is going to walk away from her. A little, like, as she's walking, like, when she turns around, everyone in that room who might be paying attention can just see Cinder give the biggest fucking eye roll as she goes back to the table and fills her plate up with some fruit and some cheese and finds somewhere to sit and just start having something to eat.
Kirk Talos is taking a break from the vast quantities of food that he has been putting away. Like, as soon as the feast showed up, like, he just sat down and started going to town on this food. And he's, you can tell he has an enormous appetite. And he stops for a moment and he says, "So, what's the strategy here?" What are we going to do when we get there? I mean, do we just send my men in first? Do you want to talk to Brombrim? How are we going to take care of this?
Well, I suppose I'm no strategist, mind you. I'm really not. You could talk to him. And then that could at least give your people some time to get into position.
What's the layout of the building we're walking into? Do we have any idea what's on the other side of that door, besides presumably a bunch of folks who don't want us to be there?
So when you walked by the squirrel hut, you didn't really see much of what it was other than just the sign at on the top of the roof. So Helyn says, the squirrel hut is an open air establishment. There is a kitchen, there is a bar, but all of the seating is basically open air, and the hut is kind of like a glorified, like a porch or a veranda or something along those lines. There's no walls until you get to the kitchen area. It's kind of like a tiki hut, I suppose.
So a lot of open space, various entry and exit points. Probably not much of a way to keep an eye on the comings and goings.
Not really. No, I mean there's seating. Decently large seating area, but yeah, I mean, when we're not underwater and it rains, there's about a 50% chance you're going to be ended up sitting in a place that's like drenched. So not a closed in area at all.
So would you say our only option is to kind of just storm it then, since they'll see us coming anyways?
I don't know. Maybe our best option is to see if we can get close to him.
So what I suggested, we talk to him.
Yeah, that sounds like that might work.
All right, so what is the ultimate goal here? Do we want to capture him, or do we want to, she says as she kind of just drags her fingernails across her neck.
I think if there's any sign of a fight, we do what we need to do to make sure we survive and come out on top.
When you say that, Cinder kind of has an odd expression flash across her face, a little bit of like a hint of trouble. I have to give it to the city. We've only been here for just a small handful of days. And never in my life have I seen such a concentration of violence and death. Is it always like this here?
We've never had these sea creatures attack us like they are. I've seen some pretty bad things, but this is I cannot help but think that the destruction that I saw going up north to the agriculture district, the aftermath of that attack, it's too destructive, and it's too big of a coincidence. If we can take Bombrim alive, he might be able to give us some information on what's going on.
Do you really think that he would know anything about these monsters falling from the sky? You know what I mean.
The biggest catastrophe you've ever seen in your life, and the most dangerous, conniving man you've ever met just happened to show up within 24 hours and occur within 24 hours. It seems like too big of a coincidence. I don't know how it's connected. I don't understand what's going on, but this is it doesn't I don't understand how it could be a coincidence.
That's good to know. And I do hope I can just have one day in a city where we're just not attacked or having to defend ourselves or anything like that. You do have
Well-
those normal types of days, don't you?
You know, it was most days, but I mean, judging from the account you gave me of the breakfast you had, at least you had a good dinner.
Cause that breakfast was not fit for consumption. But I will admit the dinner was a bit better.
So as the feast ends, you gain your hit points, you gain your immunities, you gain your advantage, and instead of cleaning up, the feast just vanishes, just out of sight.
No dishes?
No dishes.
That's the real magic. That's why I'm here to play D&D. No dishes. Does the laundry fold itself too? I'm sorry. Go on.
Disappears.
Nice.
Kirk Talus gets up and says, "All right, it's time."
All right, well, let's get it over with.
Along with the 6 guards that partook in the feast, 44 other guards are arrayed in the market as you guys come upstairs through the bar area, still playing the music.
It's kind of crowded.
And as you come up the second flight of stairs back outside, the market has cleared, and it is just the other guard that are lined up and waiting.
I want to pull Ash aside as we're getting back up into the fresh air. And see what you're like half a foot taller than I am. So, I get kind of got my hand on his shoulder, a little bit up here, and you're still walking in the same direction that everybody's going, and kind of just a discreet little conversation, not really looking at the Ashen One, but man, I know a little booze and a little food can go a long way. But I mean, some fucked up shit that we all saw, and as far as I can tell, some fucked up shit you had to live through. So, look, I'm not going to ask you if you're all right. Okay. I mean, I get it. So I don't think there's anything that'll drag you underwater this time. So fingers crossed, but I think you'll be good on that front. But maybe stay a little bit back, let these professional guard types, take a little bit of that flack. I think you've seen enough of your own blood, right?
Yes, I would agree. I think that is the smartest decision. I've definitely seen and I've definitely felt enough of my own blood through my own fingers. I think it is time that I do not charge to the front of the fight for this one.
There you go, man. You're learning. I'm proud of you. And I kind of clap him on the shoulder and kind of shove him and then just step off and kind of into the crowd like an asshole.
God, the urge to contest that, so you just look awkward trying to push me. But I won't. I won't.
So, if you guys approach Bombrum and speak with him, what we'll do is, especially as you approach, we will begin emptying the area of anyone that does not need to be there. And then at that point, hopefully we'll be able to do that without attracting attention. And we can close the net on him.
I've heard worse plans in my life. I've been part of worse plans in my life, so why not?
So, if we know anything about this man, he is, pardon the pun, but a bit squirrely. So as they're setting up this perimeter, yes, it's important to make sure that no one gets caught in the crossfire, but also don't leave any gaps for him just to go and scamper off.
I'll have my eyes on him specifically, as my men are taking care of everything else.
All right.
And he issues orders to his men to basically have a 5-pronged approach. So one of the groups of guards is going to go through the kitchen and get all of the kitchen workers out to safety. There's going to be another group that basically they're going to wait till they see where Bonbrim is. And then they're going to kind of work the opposite side of the crowd. So whoever's there on the opposite side of the room of Bonbrim is going to be the first ones to be evacuated. Yes.
Above table, I just realized that loot was mentioned, and then we just glossed over that.
That's true.
Didn't
Yeah,
divvy it up.
We
didn't attune.
We can retcon this. If you want to divvy it up, now's your chance.
I would like to divvy it up, yes.
One more time, it was 2 protections, 1 pearl power.
3 and
3
1.
protection.
And 1 pearl of power.
Well, I certainly wouldn't mind that pearl of power. But I know we're doing this in character, so who wants to? Or are we doing it here out of character over table?
Well, in character, I actually forgot halfway through my sentence. It was literally like, oh yeah, Cyrus is going to take and walk off, and then I forgot to actually finish that part before I did anything. So yeah, I pretty much just, as soon as she had explained what they were, I'm like, okay. And the pearl of power that goes over Cyrus's head. So I grabbed one of those cloaks. Wait, was that before the feast?
During the feast. That's fine.
I think Cinder would also grab one of the cloaks. Also with the pearl of power kind of going over her head as well.
Damn, apparently I am making the dumb choice.
I'm just playing the character, man.
It's all right. It's not as bad as Alex freaking going I don't want anybody to think I'm that stupid that I don't know what Hero's Feast is. And I'm sitting over here like, what is a Hero's Feast?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
It's all right. I was happy to give a nice explanation of it.
I was happy to hear it until Alex ended my whole career.
I'm sure that there are lots of people in our audience now or in the future who might not be familiar. So it was good that we got a good opportunity to kind of go over what that looks like.
Violet would not reach for anything. She would kind of push it to Ash to take both. The last cloak and the pearl of power.
That's very kind of you. Gosh, I feel like that's gonna come back to bite us. I guess I will take both, but I'm not gonna put the cloak on just yet. But I'm definitely pocket them both.
Okay. So as Kirk and his folks, head off, you are left in a now deserted market area. Helyn is standing next to you, and she says, if you want me to join you so that Bombrim sees me, that's up to you.
What do you think happens when he sees you?
He might yell at me. He might be inclined to flirt with me, or I might I might be dead before I even get the chance to open my mouth.
So what I'm hearing is that it's going to be more of a wild card than it already is.
Does he strike you as a man who's stable?
No? Is that just... No.
Well,
I ain't sure why I'm answering that question.
as someone who watched him descend into madness, I can tell you that my presence isn't necessarily going to help him be reasonable.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying. I mean...
Yeah.
Whatever. I just want to get this over with.
All I'm hearing is your presence would just be a bane to any kind of conversation that we would have to have with Bombrim.
If you want, I can find a spot out of sight that I can. She pulls out a crossbow and says, I can contribute from the shadows if you'd like.
You know, that might not be a horrible idea. If you keep trained on him, and if it looks like he's about to scamper off into the sunset, then I don't know. Give him a nice little shot to the knee. Slow him down.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
So your arrow will be our time to strike. Unless he starts swinging first, of course.
Absolutely.
What about Kirk? You up front with us?
I have arranged for Kirk to be reliable.
Okay. And is he going to be in the fray, or is he going to be hanging back with you, you think?
Kirk is... there's no chance he's not going to assert himself. He's a bull in a china shop. He'll he will make a big difference if it comes down to a fight. Expecting him to keep his head and keep his eye on someone specific once he gets going is not necessarily a great idea. He's a big asset when you have to fight your way out of a corner, but he is not a scalpel type of person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Fucking volatile sort.
Absolutely.
Oh boy. So sounds like we're into the viper's nest again. Try not to get bit this time.
Yep.
Cinder, I think he was talking about you. I say in Infernal.
Oh. She also responds in Infernal. Oh, I see what you did there. How fucking funny, she says, with a little bit of venom in her voice as she speaks this in Infernal, looking at Alex. Or, fuck.
No, who's Alex?
What is that? Looking at Cyrus.
Well, I don't speak Infernal, so it's like, okay, cool.
Right over the
In
head.
one ear, out the other.
Helyn just, again, in her manner, starts sauntering north towards the squirrel hut.
All right, shall we then?
We shall.
And also just quick little notes. If this place called the Squirrel Hut just happens to burn down the process, I will not cry. That's all. Let's carry on.
Helyn looks back and says, I can help with that, you know.
I don't need your help.
She just laughs and keeps walking. All right. Is everybody walking?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. Walking in let's just re-traumatize the Ashen one again. Let's burn another place. Let's do it. I'm so for it. It's such a great idea.
I am really sorry that in this sense our characters are very incompatible, and I apologize for that.
I mean, it's not like there was the bonfire and then this explosion, and then the first thing you go to is let's burn more things in front of the Ashen one.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't the intent behind that.
We got a wisdom advantage, and you're still saying this shit.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
From this guy today. Oh my god.
Coming in hot. Oh.
Oh, hey. Too soon.
I just can't.
As everybody starts walking away, Violet stands for a moment. I want to take a look at Cyrus's hands because they were bleeding before, and I'm assuming that he cleaned them off at this point. But does he still look cut up? Or what was the whole deal with that?
Make an investigation roll.
Investigation. Oh my god, why do I have to roll?
Investigate those hands.
I am still wearing my gloves. So it's, just like the fingertips and the tip of the thumb that you can see.
Okay, well, your freaking fingertips could be cut up, dude.
Yes, I know.
Let me see those tips.
Oh my god.
Okay. I didn't mean for it. I didn't mean for it. Shut up, investigation. I don't have.
Stop.
That's a 14. I don't have anything to add to that.
It's a good roll.
The blood
Thanks.
around his gloves seems dry.
Dried?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look cut up at all?
It looks like his fingertips are not currently sporting any open wounds.
Well said,
Okay.
sir.
Thanks for clarifying fingers. Because that's what I meant, you perverts!
No
I was thinking ear
comments.
tips. Where is your mind at?
Yeah, right, you freak. All right. After that short pause and just looking at his hands as he's walking away, Violet will follow. That's all.
Can I get everyone to make a survival check real quick?
$19.
24.
What did the Ashen one get?
16.
And Cinder?
6.
Okay. So everybody except for Cinder. It's evening. And you're walking to the north. The jellyfish have gone out. Street lamps buzz. Just like very dim light. And you see ahead of you, probably 100 feet, you see the squirrel hut. On a rooftop just to the right, you see Helyn is perched with her crossbow. To your left, you see teams 1, 2, and 3 of the guards moving to surround the hut and begin their operations. And directly ahead of you, you see 5 tables that are just outside of the awning of the hut. And you get the feeling that the trap is now set. Your plans are now laid. You are as prepared as you can be for the situation.
I want to just pull my little half mask up and throw my hood up on my smock real quick, just so that if he gets out of there alive, he doesn't necessarily know that I was there, even though he saw me before, I know, but yeah, no.
Okay. The squirrel hut seems decently busy. It's moving. It looks like it's a buffet style of dining experience. People have a variety of foods on their plate. That is not all squirrel related
Thank God.
food items. You do see the odd squirrel skewer. But for the most part, it's just typical like buffet types of food. And you see a wide variety of folk gathered, sitting with each other. And it's, you hear like the clang of dishes. You hear a little bit of a bustle from the kitchens as well. And as you round the corner around the last house next to the squirrel hut, you get a chance to kind of see the entire seating area, you've got 10 pretty long tables in the middle area. On your side, 10 long tables on the other side, and 4 seating areas like the one you saw outside of the awning. So 20 round tables, another 20 long tables. And most of them's like, not all of the tables are completely full, but there's a decent number of people. You probably count maybe like 60, 70 people in total. And then on top of that, kitchen workers that are bringing out like trays of food to replenish the buffet lines, stuff like that.
All right, so this squirrel hut is a bigger operation than I had anticipated. 60, 70 guests. And they're there for squirrel and squirrel accessories.
I mean,
What?
let's be honest. They're probably all plants, but you know.
Oh god, that makes it even worse. I don't know. Does it? Ugh. All right, so we know that the teams that were with us, I know at least one of them was going to try and start clearing the area. Do we see that happening?
You see them enter the kitchen, but you can't really see into the kitchen all that well.
And the 60 to 70 guests / possible plants, TBD, are still just milling about, eating whatnot.
You got the idea. I believe I mentioned like Kirk was gonna wait for you to approach Bombrim to like identify and locate him, so that they knew kind of like what end of the restaurant area was like safe to start evacuating out of sight of what was going on.
And do we see him at this point? I'm not sure if I missed that in the description.
Everybody make a perception roll.
Oh, I didn't miss it. That's good. I would have felt like a dum-dum. Well, more than usual.
I got a 10.
Okay.
11.
Ooh. 18.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I also got an 18.
18 buddies.
18 buddies.
Those of you with 18s, you see him in the middle of the buffet line. And he is animatedly speaking with one of the kitchen staff who has just replaced a tray. And he has a pretty loaded plate, including 4 squirrel skewers in each hand.
This guy.
Do any of those on the skewer look like his squirrel buddy from before?
With your 18, you see the squirrel buddy pop out of his shirt and grab something off of his plate.
Oh, that menace still lives.
Cinder's greatest enemy.
That squirrel is the only thing that damaged Cinder in the sewers, aside from Cinder's own bad life choices. So yes.
Mm-hmm. As he finishes his conversation, he sits down at the 5th long table that's closer to you, relatively close to the buffet, but definitely like kind of your side of things. So you would imagine that like once you identify him and you start talking with him, the operation to remove bystanders will start on the far side of the restaurant from where you're standing.
Does it seem like he notices us or anyone else?
Oh no, he is in the moment. He is ecstatic that he is getting one of his favorite foods of all time.
I would like to insight check the DM.
Absolutely.
Didn't think I'd get to. Okay. Do I add my modifier or do I add Cinder's modifier?
Well, tell me what you got on the dice.
A 2.
It could literally be anything.
Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. Cinder will turn to her party. She's trying to be behind them, like between, especially since she can like see where this guy is at. She's trying to be kind of behind the party because she knows she stands out a little bit more than most of the rest of the party.
Mhm.
And so she's gonna turn to him and say, "All right, so are we doing this? What do you want to do?"
Well, I mean, we're already in it. Yeah,
Yes.
we might as well continue on in. That the table Jubs that he's at. I know you said that most of the tables were full. Saying is this one of the tables that are full?
It's not full. There are people like kind of on the other end, but he's seated by himself. There's no one directly next to him.
Okay. What about across the table?
Nope. There's nobody there either.
Okay. So if he has backup, they're not in punching distance. Oh, well, actually, though, I only rolled an 11. So I don't actually know where he is.
Well, Cinder will go ahead and just kind of subtly point him out, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's over there next to that one fucker."
Yeah. He's not trying to be like inconspicuous.
All right. Okay, so since we're still, I think, relatively speaking, kind of clustered up, I'm going to turn around and look at everybody. Ash, again, maybe stay a little bit back for a second here. Who last time I ran my mouth with these folks didn't go so well. So fine being the point man again, but up to y'all. If one of you guys has something in mind, you're extra curious, or a particular verbal tract you've got that you think will work, will give us some advantage. I'm happy to follow a lead.
But I was thinking about possibly questioning him because I would like to hear, just out of curiosity, not because I'm expecting it to be truthful or anything, but I would like to hear what his perspective is about the whole Helyn situation. At least just to get him talking, get him distracted, perhaps. And, I don't know, go from there.
Okay.
Unless someone's got something else they want to do.
No, I mean, that's probably the most effective in we have with the guys. The only real hold, that seems to be had on him of any sort. So, yeah, I mean, can't hurt, I suppose.
I just want to be clear with something. Are we approaching him as like friends who are keeping up their end of the deal, going to dinner with him, even though he kind of went cuckoo crazy, extra cuckoo crazy at the end?
Well, I was going to at least feign friendliness.
Okay.
At least until that fucking squirrel comes out, then who knows?
Funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny.
Still funny.
Not really.
I laughed though.
All right, I'm just letting you know I might be a little serious.
I understand.
All right.
So I personally believe Cinder being the most convincing of us that I have seen through magic and without as well. I think you should lead the conversation and I'll have your back. And I am going to pat you on your back and cast guidance. I don't know if it's going to stand for the conversation, but
I will take it all the same.
that's a minute.
Thank you.
So hold on.
Okay.
Hold on to that minute.
Okay, Cinder will approach the target.
Okay.
Like
So you
briskly, but not too briskly, because
okay.
yeah.
So you see that there's a line for the food, and like you can pay for like
No.
getting food there,
No.
but you can absolutely walk directly to a
Yes.
seating area without paying anything.
That.
So you're you're walking directly. Are you walking like near the buffet and then like turning right basically to get to him?
I think what she'll do, she'll kind of walk towards the buffet, kind of like get in line
Okay.
with zero intention of partaking.
Okay.
And then she'll just kind of be like, oh, she's in line waiting to get some food. And then, she's looking around. Oh my gosh, it's that motherfucker, but not saying that out loud. And then she will leave her place in line and friendly as much as possible approach the crazy squirrel man.
Okay. Is anyone following Cinder? Is everyone kind of like rolling with Cinder just behind her?
Question. The squirrel hut, was it in between buildings or was it like on a corner?
There's a pretty wide area that's open, so it's kind of on a corner. Yeah.
Okay. I want to be about like, was his back facing that open area? Okay, I want to make my way around.
Oh, like you want to like walk around the building to like come at him from his blind spot?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Like about like maybe 45 feet back if possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So you're 45. You're aiming to be about 45 feet behind him.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
I would say that's probably in the region between the two banks of long tables. So you're kind of like in the very middle of. You would end up being in the very middle of the restaurant area.
That's a big restaurant. What? Okay, I don't think I was understanding what I was envisioning in my head.
I said it was bigger than I thought it would be.
I didn't think it was that big. I thought it was... Okay, so yeah, that's where I am. I'm just kind of walking around there, paying attention to body language.
Ashen and Cyrus, what are y'all up to?
I want to go off kind of like 90 degrees. I want to be behind Bon Brim as well, but is there a long, well, actually, I don't care. Is there any table that he has his back to that has an open chair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to sit down, cast Minor Illusion further so that there's a plate of fake food in front of me.
Okay.
So, so I'm a little bit less suspicious. And my hope is that I'm, not reach out and touch Bon Brim, but right there so that if anything goes off, I'm at hand. So I want to be close, right, just like if he looks over, I'll be just a few feet away is my expectations.
So in normal situations, I would say that it would be like less. It would be less sneaky to cast Minor Illusion because there's somatic and material components to it. But in this situation, you can get away with it. You're fine.
Yeah, my thought was like because there is like it's mostly full. Like I'm hoping that I can use the hubbub to excuse me, to mask. Oh wait, it doesn't have verbal. Oh, so I'm not talking.
No, it's just you're moving and you have a
but still, I am using the crowd to help hide me,
and that's fine. Ashen one.
I'm gonna sit kind of at a table near the entryway,
Okay.
where we first came in at,
Got it.
and I'm gonna sit down and just kind of like resting my head on my fist and falling asleep. From as you kind of just sits there waiting, like drifting off. But before that, I was wondering if I can make a roll to hear if I hear any other conversations about the Squirrel King.
Okay. Roll
Oh, no,
investigation.
Investigation. All right. Please tell me my investigation is like banana bonkers. Nope. -3. All right. So I got a 7.
Banana bunkers in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people saying squirrel, but you don't hear anyone saying Squirrel King.
Unfortunate. All right. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of sit there at the door and resting my head on my hand and just kind of slowly drifting.
Okay. So Cinder, as you're walking towards Bonbrim, it takes a little bit too long for him to look up and notice you. But like you're maybe like 25, 20 feet away, like you're walking towards him, maybe like as you're getting within 20 feet. He looks up and he's just like chewing on one of his squirrel skewers, and he like rips a chunk off of the skewer and starts chewing it. And as the food is still in his mouth, he like looks up and he says, Hey, how's it going?
I have a quick question before I engage in conversation
Before your date.
Fuck you. I cannot stress that enough. Sorry, I'm fine. Okay. Can I glean whether or not that was like genuine surprise, or was he expecting me and or us based off of his Let me roll something, please.
Go ahead and roll something.
Okay.
What do you want to roll?
No,
I think
wait, with the
It's
D4.
D4. With the
Sorry,
D4.
I messed up.
Hey, no, you're doing great, and I appreciate you so much. I'm going to be rolling insight to see if that was a genuine reaction to my presence, or
Okay.
if it was something he was anticipating and or plotting for.
Okay.
Stop laughing, Joe. I don't like it. It's a 22.
That's amazing. It's great. So
Stop laughing.
Of course he was expecting you.
Okay.
You made the date. You agreed to come.
Okay, but after his squirrel fucking bit me?
Yeah. He's not surprised that you're there. He looks happy. He looks excited.
I want to just do a quick PSA to all of our audience, present and future. If your potential quote unquote date has their rabid squirrel attack you, I think at that point there is no expectation to uphold the date itself. Okay? You deserve better. That is all. Let's go back to D&D.
Okay, but the real question that everybody wants to know is, and you have to pick one, is I don't remember this guy's name, Squirrel Man versus Sea Glass Sentinel.
Ooh.
You got to pick one.
What I want to know
Death.
is where the heck is this amazing Sea Glass Sentinel?
You can't redirect. You have to answer this question.
I don't have to answer shit.
We'll
Pick
have
death,
to-
Sarah. Pick death.
We'll
Death.
have to pick it up later, because right now, Bombrim looks up from his squirrel and he says, Hey, buddy, you made it.
I wouldn't miss it.
Did you get some squirrel? Come on, sit down, have some squirrel with me.
Gladly, she says,
Yeah.
clenching her jaw a little bit as
you-
she takes a seat across from him.
I'm glad to see you made it out of the sewer okay. I had a little bit of a trip myself, but are your buddies with you?
I'm not really sure, but you might want to train your squirrel a bit better.
Oh, sorry about Sparky. He told me he didn't mean nothing by it. He just was a little protective.
He had his shots.
What's the shot?
I mean, like, he's not, you know, diseased or rabid or, you know, anything like
Rabid?
that.
Rabbit? No, he's a squirrel.
No, that's not. You know what? Sorry, silly question. So how come you just left us down there? That was not a really great place just to leave us.
Why'd you leave? Why'd you leave me in the sewer? It's okay. I mean,
You left us, and
I left you.
that's what I recall. Yes.
I wish I knew how to swim, but I don't know how to swim.
And yet here you are. Fancy that.
Sparky saved me. It was tough for him, but he's a good boy. Aren't you a good boy? And he grabs a little bit of squirrel and feeds it to Sparky.
DM, I want to do another insight check.
Yeah. Okay. What are you inciting?
Is that squirrel fucking squirrel?
Go ahead and incite it.
I feel like I used my guidance on the wrong roll.
You're gonna send us into initiative with this.
Oh my god, I rolled good. 22.
It's a squirrel.
It's a God's honest squirrel.
Yeah.
It's not some crazy druid or something.
Not a druid. It is a squirrel.
Is its name Squirrel and it's actually something else?
Its name is Sparky.
Yeah. Have you not been paying attention?
I don't buy it.
Well, here you go. Here's some squirrel. He holds it up, and it smells very much like a good barbecue. Like, it smells good.
You know, I actually just had a bit of a bite before we got here, so I'm not quite hungry at the moment.
Well, you said you'd eat squirrel with me, though.
But your squirrel tried to eat me. I think that kind of negates that.
Oh, don't mind Sparky. He's a good boy. He's just a little overzealous. Come on, you said you'd try it.
Sarah, the player, is not sure how to respond to this.
They're real good.
Is there a skewer that has something that isn't squirrel with the squirrel on it? On one of the ends, easy to access? Like a little bite of vegetable that does not you're eating, but you're not eating squirrel?
There's a pineapple on the end of one.
Okay. I guess that'll do. She'll grab the pineapple squirrel kebab.
Okay.
Oh man, this city and its kebabs, I swear. And she will just kind of nibble at the pineapple.
It tastes like sautéed in barbecue sauce, basically.
Okay. She's not gonna overanalyze anything else with that.
Okay. So come on now. You gotta eat the squirrel too. It's real good.
I'm working my way
nutritious.
down. I'm working my way down. Thank you.
It's fantastic.
So what of all the places, why here?
I mean, look at how hopping this place is. This is great.
I will admit it's a bit busier than I expected.
It's delicious food too. It's wonderful.
I actually had another question, and honestly, I'm 100% honestly, this is why I'm here. I have so many questions about you and Helyn. Like, how did you, as she kind of gestures wildly with her finger, trying to like draw out math symbols or something in the air, how did you manage that?
You ever hear something called pure animal attraction?
Sorry, Sarah's laughing. Sarah's laughing, not necessarily Cinder. Well, I've heard of it.
Well, sometimes you got just a connection that goes beyond words.
And that's it. No other secrets.
That woman just spitfired, let me tell you.
You're not wrong there.
What a woman. That skunk she threw at me? Oh, that was awful. I took so many. I had to take so many baths. It was terrible.
I mean, a nice bath isn't so bad.
I hate water.
And yet you jumped into water.
You call that water?
Oh, no, I don't. I do not.
Okay.
I do not call that water.
Okay,
no.
miss. Okay, miss.
Did he take a bath since then, DM?
Make a perception roll.
Do I need to make a perception roll? I think I would know. This better have a low DC.
I just want to know how much you know.
Oh. Okay. You said perception?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 9.
There is a strong smell creeping around the barbecue in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixture of like a mildewy kind of body odor.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. That's nasty. Well, I actually did take a bit of a bath before I got here. Wanted to be a little spiffed up.
Well, that's weird, but I mean, to each his own, right?
I don't think it's that weird.
Let me ask you: Did that guy who turned into a very good-looking man? Did he get some good money for the stuff he turned in there?
I don't think that we did. No, no, that entire thing just kind of went a bit sideways.
Well, that's real weird. Every time I go in, I get plenty of money.
Maybe he's just not good at it, like you are. I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess we can't all be bomb brim, can we?
It seems not. How unfortunate.
Too bad.
Indeed.
So you notice, after a minute, that there are no more kitchen workers coming out to like replenish, and it looks like the kitchen has been evacuated. On the far side of the restaurant, kind of behind where Violet is, Cyrus and Violet would not see this since they're kind of looking at Bombrim. And I don't think the Ashen one would really see this through the crowd. So it's just you, Cinder. You see a few guards like talking with some customers, some eaters, some diners, trying to like talk to them, making gestures, like trying to like move them willfully. And the diners that they're talking to are like, no, they're like trying to like explain themselves, and like it looks like they're putting up some sort of a resistance to being removed from the restaurant.
Does my good sneaky friend notice?
No, he's got his back to it. He's not paying attention. It doesn't look like he's really tracking your eye movement all that much. Like he's still digging into his stuff.
How much time has passed?
Probably about 5 minutes.
Oh God, it's felt like an eternity. She's going to kind of continue trying to make small talk while just trying to bide time,
right,
for the place to get cleared out more.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone in her party can see what she's doing, or just how she is, Her tail is kind of whipping back and forth out of just exasperation and I think pain. She's across from this guy and he smells like, yeah, there's some nonverbal communication happening that she's not having a great time, but she's trying to be strong as all this gets cleared out.
So I think this is where we are going to end tonight's session. You are on the precipice of something. We're just not quite sure what that might be. So as the credits roll for a minute here, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And we'll see what Cinder's date.
Can we stop? No, stop calling it that.
Come on, it's a total like enemies to lover, like
no,
it's
the
great.
guy's probably like 3 times as old as her.
He's still a 10 out of 10.
No, he's not. He smells like silver.
He might clean up nice. Who knows?
We have to sit in anticipation for 2 weeks.
It's true. That's true. All right.
This is dumb.
Stupid
All right.
holidays.
Well, everybody, I'm going to say goodnight and hope your dates go as well as they possibly can. Bye-bye.
Stop.
Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
This is dumb.